This is Lego, and I've got with me Hove and Mana, and we're here to talk about Destiny 2 and our ridiculous weeks outside of Destiny 2 and just everything. I don't know. Who knows what we'll talk about? Hove's here. So.
Do we have to talk about Destiny this week?
Were you going to talk about HelloFresh? Is that what you're going to talk about?
No. I mean, I might because that's like part of my week.
No, we're not. That sounds like a sponsorship, but it's not.
But we're not. I actually just got it, and it's delicious, and I'm very happy because it looks like I like you guys know all 10
What
of you.
is it?
HelloFresh. That
I'm not sure.
Food delivery service
Oh,
where you
Mana doesn't actually. Mana's
Oh.
on a podcast, but he doesn't like listen to the advertisements on other podcasts. So
No, it also I want to like talk about it, but like it's gonna sound like I'm like sponsored, but I actually really like it. Like I'll tell you about it later, man. I do.
Well, here's the deal. We can say that it's awesome because you got it from DCP and they're our good friends. You know, like you got the discount code from them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and like they help us out all the time. We love those guys.
Also,
so.
Mana.
And girl.
Yo, what's up?
For signing up, I get to refer 4 friends to get a free week. So if you want to try it,
Oh, hey, hit me up.
you pick all the meals. They send you all the shit in a little bag, and then they show you how to cook it with pictures and everything. I had steak béarnaise with asparagus and roasted rosemary potatoes tonight for dinner.
That actually sounds amazing.
It was. Do you want to see a picture?
Fancy.
Yes, actually.
I'll
Sounds
send you
sebaceous.
pictures.
All right.
Ding. But no, my week has been.
Oh, that was a ding? Wait, what was it?
Sebaceous.
It doesn't fit. It just
No.
sounds like the word sounds like it would be mean like tasty or something, but it means like oily. And that no.
So no,
It normally refers to like I'm not even gonna
cheated.
say.
He cheated again. He's a big fat phony.
He's a phony.
Anyways,
But no, my week's been good. In one day, I streamed Destiny and did a raid.
I saw the raid. I saw you doing a raid. I was like, "Who's doing a raid?"
I did a raid. Lego said in my Discord while I was playing, like, "Oh my God, Hove, are you doing a raid?" And I fucking ignored him. But no, I mean it's been good. We got we got some more Destiny stuff coming up. It's been a pretty good week for me. I had some days off. Last weekend was a little crazy, but since then it's been fun, and we got some stuff coming up as a group.
Yes, we do.
Even though Mana still looks at it as us and him. We're not a we.
No.
We're not a we.
I was actually looking. He was like, "What is he talking about? Did I say that?"
You were just like, "Do you guys need me for this?" And I was like, "No, man. When we say we, like you are on you are a member of the podcast now."
Because I saw the last time I saw the schedule, and then Lego tagged me and said this weekend. I was just like, "What? Do you actually need me?"
In my head, all the days are confused for this week, so I was just like, "Yeah, this week."
I got frightened because I was like, the one weekend is like I thought I had everything correct because I'm visiting Gunga. I was just like, did I screw up?
Don't worry, man.
No.
We'll never let you be afraid again. I
Yeah.
saw Deadpool 2 today.
Oh,
Really?
Hey, real quick, tell me about how that raid went. Was it fun? Was it good?
Fuck yeah, I killed it. I carried everybody.
No,
Oh,
I don't believe that
no.
for a second.
It was
but
a
how
win.
how'd the rest of it go?
No, but we did everything. I think Dogs was one run, Gauntlet was one run.
Wow. Yeah, that's great.
Somebody died on Callus, and we just because we were doing the challenge, so we just kind of like, oh wait, maybe we did. We died once, but it went good. It was fun. Yeah, I don't know. I had no desire to do them before, and now like the raid itself is fun, but I was kind of like, why am I gonna do it? What do I do it for? And now like I want to.
Yeah, you guys.
I've been doing the raid and raid lair like both in a single.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, was it yesterday or the day before? I did a raid lair. Today I just did a raid lair and a whole bunch of PvE stuff. So
Did
it's
you
like,
do
I don't
both?
know. I've been
Both raid layers.
no. Only the first one. I still have yet to actually jump back into.
The new
I think
one.
they're actually doing it tonight, and then over the weekend, I'm just like, wow. Like,
Well,
unfortunately,
Thanks,
both times I can't really be here.
I'm very proud of you for choosing us tonight.
Don't worry, I got you guys. If anything, I'd accidentally fall asleep on you guys.
Who would
and cheat on
do
you.
that? Who
But,
would
like, yeah,
who would
who-
fall
who would-
asleep?
Who would do that?
Me,
No.
Hovey.
Everyone.
You have HOV in your name, it happens. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if your favorite song is Bushes of Love.
It's true. I mean, Hovey's is. So there you go. So, Mana, how's the rest of your week, man? Was there anything else?
Your week's about to get better because I sent you those pictures in our DM. You should look at them. Okay, go ahead.
Oh God. Oh, okay. So it's like I was slowly reaching for the mouse, but
Hove just creeped into our DM. So
he did. But I've been working some more, like the IRL thing that I got going on. So I actually haven't had a lot of time to stream this week, and of course I've been scurrying around trying to get ready, do laundry and stuff. I actually have clean clothes when I visit Gunga, so that's all. It's been busy. It's been busy. I've been trying to get some gaming in, but I haven't had as much. Last week or weekend, I completely forgot about Trials.
Yeah,
that's a good thing though, because there's other things to do.
But it was like, well, it was Iron Banner too, wasn't it? Oh, guess this. I played a ton of Iron Banner. And I was like, yeah, guys, I really want that armor pieces. And then I went, like, in the morning, I went down to my dad to do the work stuff. I came back, completely forgot and reset. And I didn't buy anything. I didn't get anything, and I was really sad about
that's sad.
But you didn't turn in anything?
I didn't turn anything in.
I was
going to do it on Tuesday. I was like, yeah, I got some time, So like Monday night I was a little tired. I'm like, I don't really feel like clearing out my inventory, So I'll just do it tomorrow.
I mean, chances are we won't have to wait that long, till Iron Banner rolls back around. And...
Yeah, but still, it was just like that sudden, like, oh no, did I just?
Yep. That is pretty awful.
Well, so you've been doing that, all that IRL stuff. So like, you still got muscles hurting from working hard.
Yeah, just random muscles that I never used before.
So I mean, that's like, I just want you to be careful though, because if you keep going out there too much, it's been really sunny too, right?
Oh, it's terrible. So, that's the only reason why I'm still stuck on this same, like, I've been painting this stupid garage for like I don't know how long now, but it's so hot because once you get to a certain side. No matter what time of day it is, the sun is on that side, and it is well.
So like, if you keep going, if you keep doing all this hard work, and you out in the sun, and you get like real red and real buff, you're gonna end up looking like the Crimson Chin.
Ding ding ding.
I feel like all of this word insertion is just preparing us for when we actually have an ad read to transition to, We're just like preparing ourselves.
Do you want me to write us an ad read?
No, not at all.
Slowly preparing, just slowly going down to fallopian tubes, preparing.
Ding, ding, ding. All right, well now that we've all said our weeks, Triton, how's your week? Oh, wait. Let Triton talk. He's my imaginary friend.
Oh, that was a good one.
Boom.
Ding, ding.
That's a new record. I just did all my words in the intro.
Dang, man.
I'm done.
And you burned Triton at the same time.
Yeah, I know. You got the burn.
Well, my week has been filled with some Iron Banner. I feel like I've been kind of bummed this week because and I think I talked a little bit about this last week, how like all my comp friends are playing Iron Banner, it felt like. But towards the end of the week, kind of died down. And was able to play some comp, get that rank up. I'm rank 2 now, and so I'm last rank to making my way to that Redrix. So I'm getting there, but it's a very slow grind. That last rank that you have to grind out is gonna take forever. But it's been like I complained about it last week, so I'm not gonna go on a rant again this week. But it's just been this back and forth of like, man, I really like the way comp's laid out because I can play with anyone, but I really hate it because of all the reasons I listed last week. But I've kind of been taking advantage of it by just playing with every player of every skill level, and it doesn't matter. It's just as hard, no matter who I play with. It feels just as difficult.
Just as hard. Have you been taking... Never mind, you already used that one. One of his words.
I used what?
One of his
what
words.
Did I use?
Didn't you use that already?
No.
Oh, never mind. What makes it so hard, Lego?
Well, I mean, if you're having trouble with it, it's Cialis, but otherwise.
Ding, ding, ding. I don't even know. I lost my train of thought.
Yeah, you messed me up.
Well, just so you know, I just want you to know, man, while we were waiting for you, Lego was like doing his thing. I was getting the stream ready, and all of a sudden I hear him go. Keep in mind, this is his dog. He goes, God, Mosley, why would you do that with your butthole? And I was like, what is happening over? And then he goes, all right, Mosley, we're gonna get you out of this room. And I was like, Jesus Christ, what is happening?
She farted.
That seems a little suspicious because
say that
that's what everyone does with their butthole.
No. Okay, here's the deal. My dog's farts are like they're like human farts. Like they sound they're verbal.
They
are very verbalized. they're very obviously like, wow, that was a fart. Like, and it's ridiculous, and it was smelling up this room. So I was like, yeah. I had to use some words.
Silent but deadly. Not
yes.
Silent but deadly. Wasn't that one of your, I made one of you guys say that one week.
Loud and deadly.
Well, I just spent the end of my week doing a bunch of catalyst stuff because I got a bunch of exotic catalysts. And I was about to feel really bad because Wilson was running the heroic strikes trying to get that huckleberry catalyst. Because that's like the way that you get it is by running, not heroic strikes, heroic adventures. That's the only way you can get it. And so he was running those, and I was like, hey, man, let me just jump in with you and just run it
right
with
away,
you.
didn't you?
I got it the first one. Or it was the second one. I can't remember.
Poor Wilson.
And I was like, oh, no. I was like, I don't even want to tell you what just happened. And he was like, you got it, didn't you? I was like, I did. And he was like, oh, man. And Wilson, he's so nice. He was like, oh, great, man. That's cool. And then the next one we ran, he got it. And I was like, no way. And so the one that I got it on was on the second run, but on the first run, I got the tractor cannon catalyst, like just from killing a random enemy. So it was like every single run we were getting a catalyst. It was crazy.
I only have one catalyst.
Really?
Just one, really? I got a bunch of catalysts. I just never remembered to work on them. Like I got Vigilance done. I got the Masterworks.
Oh, nice.
The Crimson. Actually,
I want that.
I have to be so close to getting it done. I have to be in the 90% because every time we do a raid, up until like the last section, I have the Crimson on. It's amazing. It's honestly incredibly good for the raids.
Well, let me tell you, if you need to get one done like Crimson or Huckleberry does the same one where it's just like, I think PvE enemy kills, right? Is that how you get it done? Yeah. So if that's all you need, go to Mars and activate the escalation protocol like by yourself, and the one with all the thralls comes up. With Huckleberry, I just stand in the middle, do a 360, and hold down the trigger, and it's just continually shooting them all.
with the Crimson, I think it's you have to get precision kills though, so it's just a tad bit but harder. But whenever you get it because then it refills your shots, so it's just so when it's happening.
That's how I feel about Darcy, because Darcy's precision kills. And people are saying you should do it in the Crucible because it's just easier. Like normally when you get a kill, it's with a headshot, but it's been pretty easy in PvE.
I disagree that it's easier in PvP because
me too.
Like people are actually trying to run around and not get shot, whereas like thralls just kind of do their thing.
Yeah, especially if you're roaming around in a public space, like the acolytes are just sitting there like cross-eyed until you run up on them. Well, so just
you know what I do when I need to kill a bunch of hive? I go, why do you sound like I'm gonna say something bad?
Because that's what normally happens.
You just ruined it.
The moment's over. The story time's done.
He'll find another way to fit it in.
That's what she said.
Yeah.
But no, going back to originally what I was about to say, like talking about getting something first try. I think it was Monday night. We were doing another escalation protocol. It was like TV Wilson, Fury, all those guys. But that was like my third time trying escalation protocol. We did all 7 waves, which was crazy. It got really hard really quickly. And I got the sniper. I got the
no.
I got the sniper, my first completion. And then everyone's like, oh my God, really? And they're like, is that your first? I was like, yeah, that was my third time ever playing and my first time completing it. I got it. Which I guess it took TV hours of completing over and over and over again to get it. But I think like 2 or 3 of us got it, like out of 9 of us, that one time.
That's really, I've heard of some people getting double drops too at the end, like especially this week where anything can drop. I've heard of people getting like the shotgun and the SMG to drop or something like that.
It's 2 weeks, right?
Cool. 2 weeks.
It's 2 weeks now. But okay, yeah. Now this might be a stupid question, but like, do we know? Well, I guess somebody knows, but are all these weapons from Escalation Protocol, are they really good, or are people just want them because they're rare? At
The
this point?
shotgun apparently is really good.
Okay.
I've heard the
I
sniper
saw-
is good.
I saw Gigs. He is just slaying the new raid lair boss. Like they completely annihilated it with that shotgun.
Wow.
Apparently the shotgun's good. I've heard nothing about the SMG. How many weapons are there in total right now?
4,
It's just 3, 4.
3,
Whoa,
7, 10, 4?
We have no idea,
I don't
basically.
know. I don't know anything.
Or is there like, there's one per week? How many weeks are we in since the launch?
This is
like-
3, right?
Well, then you know what? If it's like that, then you're right. It probably is 3 because what they're doing, the first 3 weeks were a different weapon each, and then weeks 4 and 5 are like a free for all. Anything can drop, right? Isn't that what it was?
Maybe.
Shotgun, sniper, SMG.
And then anything and anything, which makes sense if there's only 3 weapons.
I feel like there's something else that was there, but I don't know. Maybe I'm forgetting it. I'm not sure.
Wait, which ones did you say so far? Shotgun,
S-
SMG, sniper,
Yeah.
and those are the only ones so far that we at least know about.
Maybe there's
So,
something else that
maybe.
we're forgetting because I haven't
Yeah.
run it that much. So, Mana, I got up to level 7. Like we just grabbed me, Marcus, Dewey, and it was Pope Bear was in with us, and we all just started and Windler, and we grabbed like random people that were just in the zone, and we were like, oh hey, all these people are available. Pope Bear mainly. We were like, yeah, Pope, you invite them. Maybe they'll all join you. They all know who you are. And so we got all these random people to join, and we started joining up on them. And we got a 8-man going, I think, not quite a 9-man, but like an 8-man. And we got to level 7, got them down to like 10%, and then people started leaving the group, and we were like, and then it was so
really?
late, we couldn't get it done. And I was like,
Oh.
no, like we were
Yeah.
so close. And that was
At the end.
the end of last week. So
Yeah, just at the end, it's great. Wait, is every week a different boss?
yes,
then?
uh-huh.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
So
that was
last
interesting.
week was the ogre with the little, I forget what they're called, the shelter guys. I don't know.
Oh, the cloisters. The
Cloisters,
floating
yeah.
cloisters, yeah.
Cloisters and
Because
stuff.
I should know what the Shriekers, right?
I'm playing Pokemon. Sorry, Hove.
I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck are you guys
none of
talking
those,
about?
none of those were ding ding dings either. That was just
No.
us up in the air.
Yeah, no, Mana and me, we were in sync. We were.
I knew what he was talking about. I've been playing so much PvE, I should have known that right off the bat, but I don't know. I'm dumb. But yeah, those actually melt you really quickly.
Yeah.
And then those buff guys spawn all around. It's just a slaughterhouse
Oh,
of like
ding,
craziness.
ding, ding.
It was kind of, it's similar. That boss from last week was similar to in Oryx's raid.
Fogoth was.
No, that's the strike boss.
Oh, that was-
Gosh, I'm forgetting the guy who you have to shoot in the back. Hove.
Yeah.
Oh, Golgoroth.
Golgoroth, that's
Good old Golgi. Yeah.
Mhm. It was very reminiscent to
Are you
that.
guys like
Peop-
best friends?
I mean, I'm sure Dado called him Golgi. I don't
Golgi.
know. I'm not probably allowed to, but
You're not. He would step on you
To death
to death.
until you wake up dead.
I'm happy though. I'm like, I've only gotten to level.
Thor.
I've,
That
o-
dead or from. Never mind.
I've only gotten to level 4 of Escalation Protocol because I've never like attempted to like get a team together. It was just, oh hey, there's 3 of us doing something, and there happens to be 3 other people or 2 other people. But I feel like early D1 for me. Like I have been playing way more
Yeah.
PvE than PvP. Because as I've said on here multiple times, like I came into Destiny as a PvE. Like I just got it because the PvE looked cool, and changed to PvP because there was nothing to do to a point. You know what I mean? So it feels good to really like. I've barely played any PvP. The only time I have is
Same,
if we have
yeah.
more than like when we had more than 4 people last week, we jumped to Iron Banner. Other than that, it was trying to get like I just got Polaris Lance yesterday.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that, like actually having things to do that take a little bit of time, and it's been really good.
Dude, I love the escalation of it too, which is funny. It's called Escalation Protocol, but it really does escalate as your light level, not just as you go up the from level 1 to 2 to 3, but also your light level. When you start out with it, you feel like super weak, and people were complaining on Reddit and stuff like, "Oh, I can't do this activity. Like we should be able to." And I didn't really care about any of that stuff. I know their point is more so the grind, like to get there. There's nothing to do to like get you there so you can do it. But like for me, it felt awesome to feel so weak and slowly be getting better every week And I go back in to the level 1 with the ogre that you fight, and it's like, man, that was so much easier. Now I can get to level 2 really easy. And, you know, we can even beat level 2 with like the randoms that are here. And then level 3 is, you know, really difficult. And so you just have this progression that it actually feels like you're getting powerful. And that's something that a lot of people have complained about in Destiny before, is like, I don't feel like I'm getting more powerful. And with Escalation Protocol there in the public spaces, you kind of always feel like you're getting more powerful with your light level, and it actually matters and that kind of thing.
You really do. Like, apparently they just nerfed Escalation Protocol a little bit.
Yes.
It used to be the highest, like the last wave 7 used to be like 400 light level enemies.
Well, that's
so when
coming,
they dropped
right?
it down.
No,
oh,
today.
It happened? Oh, that was today.
Yeah.
It was like as the TWAB went live, they were like, by the time you're reading this, we will have changed it. And it's the first time. This is like, we'll get to it in a little bit, because I do want to talk about that. Because it's significant, because it's the first time Bungie's ever in a snap like changed something, like not just took it offline, but like changed something in game without an update.
It's happening next week.
Oh, it is next week?
The moment this weekly update goes, oh, never mind.
Goes live.
But it's not called the weekly. No, it's not called the weekly update anymore. Did they mean the up?
It's called the Bungie weekly update.
No,
is it not?
They changed the name. It's this
it's
week
not
at
this
Bungie.
Oh, I thought, yeah. That is confusing. I guess we'll have to jump in there and find out in a second.
Well, because they would have had, I don't know.
Either way, it's really no. It's they explain that it's really fast either way, and they said they don't have to actually push a patch live for it to go into effect. So I'm pretty sure it means immediately.
Yeah, I think because then it says the flags don't require any download for you to for you to flip.
But yeah, we'll talk about that more in a second. I wanted to hit on some other stuff in PvE that's been going on. And that is, you know, the lance, the Polaris lance that you were talking about, Mana, and that whole quest line, getting that thing. Do what?
Nothing.
Oh, you okay?
It was him.
But yes,
we look similar.
I really like the. You've been getting a more woodland vibe home.
I've been doing karate, trying to be Steven Seagal.
Okay, so
I got really confused there. He's like woodland vibe, and he said I started doing karate. I'm just like,
where is he going?
It's like, oh, okay, back to
so that quest line, I just really like it. Like, there's stuff about it that doesn't feel like I'm just grinding for whatever it was on Oryx's ship that you had to get that took forever for your exotic sword. It didn't feel like that kind of ridiculous grind, but it also feels there's a lot more to it than, you know, we've had in Destiny 2 so far. And it's like this progression weekly grind, and not a weekly grind where you do this thing and then you have to wait a week till you get anything. It's like you do this thing and you get something that week, but then you get something even better next week when the next step comes around. And it's not like you're not being rewarded for what you're doing. It's everything about that quest line is just really well done to me, and I just really like it.
The one thing I like about it too, as opposed to some other time-gated things from Destiny 1, do you remember any of those? It was like each week it would change, but you had to wait till the weekly reset. So like if you missed a week, if you missed what needed to be done that week, you couldn't do, like you would have to do step 2 the next week and then wait another week. This one, as each thing unlocked, like I missed a week of doing anything on it. So then yesterday I finished the last 2 parts since they were both unlocked, but I didn't have to, mine specifically wasn't time gated. Do you know?
Yes, no, I get what you mean, because
Okay.
I didn't complete last week either, and so I still had like some strikes to do. I think you had to do like 3 heroic strikes or 5 or something like that, and so I hadn't done that yet because the strike modifiers for that day were like awful, and I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing that, and so I just waited, and then I was like, well, is it too late now? And they were like, no, you can keep going. You just finish it, and then you knock out the next one real quick, and boom, you got an exotic. It's pretty awesome. I like the way that was set up too.
Yeah, I'm pretty far behind on that actually. I keep on forgetting that's a thing, so I never even like. I've been playing a ton of PvE too, so I could be working on it.
Now that it like all the steps are unlocked and you don't have to do 1 per week, it's really not that bad. Like one of the steps is 3 Vanguard strikes, not even heroic, so you can blow through those in like 20 minutes. Then another one is get 20 headshot kills or something like that, 20 or 25 precision kills, and
without reloading. or
Well,
something.
no. One is
Oh,
just
yeah,
so many
right.
kills and 20 multi kills without reloading. Which
Yeah.
again, you go to like a patrol space with some cabal and just shoot them.
Yeah.
Yeah, super easy.
They were pretty not easy, but like if you do fall behind, you can do a couple steps within an hour or two and just
Every
knock
one
it
of
out.
those steps, though, they did have a section where you had to go find one of Rasputin's things, and there's still like treasure hunting type activities that if you're not looking up YouTube videos, you can still do it, and you just have to use your brain for a second to figure it out, and it's like it's fun. It's a good, it's a good little activity, good little quest that's not just shooting stuff the whole time.
I really like, in a similar vein, the sleeper node thing. Because it is kind of, you probably could go watch a YouTube video, but when it comes up like Descent, Cavern, Warsat, or whatever,
Gives
it's
you
cool,
a little
like,
bit of a clue.
Yeah. And it's enough that like if you get close, you can hear the music. So like you go to the Descent, you see a Warsat, so you're like, okay, let me look around. So like, what?
I just realized something, and this is so ridiculous, but the last two that I didn't do those ones. It was for the scout rifle quest, and to go find them, the music wasn't playing, and I was like, man, that's weird.
I did the same thing.
This sound must be more difficult on this setting. I realized I turned my music off for comp. Like if you turn your music off, it's not a sound effect. It's actually a music cue in your settings. And I was like,
I did not realize that.
It just dawned on me just now. I was like, as you were saying that.
I streamed for the first time and turned my music off, and then decided I was going to do, like, specifically, I was like, I'm going to go for all these sleeper nodes. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
Yo, one thing I did not realize, they have like a glint or whatever, like a shine whenever you get close, like when you're looking at their general direction. I thought my game was freaking out when I was nearby. The guy was near, I was like, dudes, what is this like thing that's happening on my screen? And I was with Kami and Nava, and they're both just like, what are you talking about? I'm like, my screen's freaking out. I can't see crap. I was looking at it, but it was like, it was hidden somewhere like nearby. I was just like, I was recording it on my PS4. I was about to like upload it. I was like, is this a bug? And then Kami's like, oh yeah, it's to let you know you're nearby, you're heading in the right direction. I'm like, oh, so it's supposed to happen.
Yeah. Hot or cold mechanic.
So we've been letting people know over the last couple weeks, very subtly, how stupid we all are.
Yeah.
Me and Mana didn't know that Rally the Flag gave you power ammo.
Yeah, that was mine.
I still can't believe that.
None of us knew that music, like if you turn the music off, you can't hear music.
It sounds so stupid when you say it that way.
Well, like it's because it is stupid. I did it too. I'm not giving you art. Like it is stupid.
Well, we have been hinting at something else awesome that was coming in. I wanted to bring it up real quick. Not a good segue at all, but we mentioned earlier we have something coming up with Mana and Hove that we were all talking about, that we're all teaming up together for.
When we go to the Thick House?
No, it's better, Hove.
No, there's nothing better than the Thick House. Like,
we're doing a podcast Crucible Showdown. So the podcast showdown is happening June 9th, June 10th. All the, like, seriously, so many Destiny podcasts are involved. I can't name them all because there's like 25. There's like a ton.
Do you want me to name them all? I have a list.
Yeah, and we are facing, and Grenades and Horseshoes is the main podcast that started this whole thing and started kind of getting everyone together for it. Mark Square and those guys. And the podcast we're going up against first is Planet Destiny. It should be a pretty great showdown right from the get-go. Excited, really hoping Black Link is on the team. Really wish I could hear his voice in my party chat while we're playing against him, but that's not allowed.
No, because then you wouldn't be able to concentrate.
I know. Yeah, you're right. I wouldn't. It sounds so good.
But no, yeah, there's it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's gonna be it goes towards charity, right? There's a t-shirt that you can get that goes towards St. Jude's, I believe.
Yeah. I think so. I think you're right.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, there's like 13 matches in the first round. RezoCast, Planet Destiny, Massive Breakdown, Crucible Radio, I think Guardian 1,
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, Destiny Lorecast. Ooh,
And-
does that mean we're gonna be playing a non-pig?
Yeah, he's in there.
Uh-oh.
Or at least I saw him in the chat, so we'll see.
What
But
chat?
also,
Can I be in the chat?
yeah, I'll invite you to the chat.
I want to be in the chat.
So also, Bones and Fallout are gonna be shoutcasting the event,
So
and
does
that should be pretty awesome.
So that means
too.
they're not playing for Crucible Radio. Thank God.
Exactly. I was like, oh my. And the first thing I thought of when I saw Crucible Radio on there, I was like, dang it, is Fallout gonna be on their team? Because he's on there all the time.
Well,
no, that'll be fun.
I don't know.
Fusion Rifle v Fusion Rifle if we make it up there.
I'm probably gonna use a few. Well, I don't know. We'll plan that out. We're gonna have to actually play together and practice a little bit.
Just so you know, I've been maining a fusion rifle here too.
I've seen it
fair.
there. He's rocking it.
There's an addiction now, and I haven't really been using anything the past like 2 weeks.
Have you been paying attention to the last few bolts? Like,
no, I still forget every single time, pretty much.
Once you realize it, especially if you pick up a brick running by and you only have one in the mag, then so it's because you just picked it up, so you either have one or two left. Those two shots are just like, oh, so good.
Before you guys start ejaculating about fusion rifles, quickly just to finish that. So the way it works is it is the usual 4v4, but you get to have 6 people on your team, and they can be clanmates, friends, guests. So it's looking like for us it's going to be the 3 of us. Triton most likely won't be available, and our other shut up our other teammates are going to be Mr. Wilson 309 and I Fatebringer. So yeah, we're looking for a
killer team.
We still got one more coming. We haven't quite nailed down yet. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. It's Saturday, June 9th. Our first game is at 3:30 Pacific.
Exactly.
Saturday. And then if we win, I guess we go Sunday?
I think there might be another game that night, but I think it's Sunday is the final showdown. Pretty sure.
Well, because there'd have to be at least one more round in between there.
Yeah, but we'll be tweeting out the details for it, so look out on our Twitter at RezoCast, and yeah,
I'll be streaming it. I'm assuming Man will be streaming if I'm there. Saturday we don't know. We're not sure. Yeah. Mana's one of us has to stream it, so if I'm not there, Mana,
I'll probably be streaming it or something.
But yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. One thing I want to add in when we were talking about how dumb we are, something I just learned today.
Back to
Unreal in chat. I'm sorry, but I literally just learned this tonight. I didn't know you can hold L2 to check light level, so you don't have to hover over everything. Because in D1, when you held L2, it just showed what element type.
Yeah, element. Yeah, right.
So I never even thought about using it.
That's
actually, it's like, did you guys know that? Like,
I might not have known that.
I don't know.
I think in my head I was
Unreal was making fun of me today. He's like, you never knew that? Because like I used to individually hover over everything to check the light level. And he's like, you can just hold L2, and I did. I'm like, oh, look at that.
I don't know if I know that or not.
I just use dim for like everything now, so I hardly know what I feel like the Destiny menus do. I'm just in dim, like moving stuff around, and that's it.
Well, you can't equip anymore.
Yeah, I was about to say it makes you do things manually now.
By the way, the shaders system, is all screwed up still, like as far as inventory goes. If you're having problems like storing some stuff in the vault and not being sure what's in your vault and what's on your person because you can't carry as many shaders as there are in the game, do Destiny Item Manager and type in is dupe in the top, and they'll give you cues for it and everything. But it'll let you see, like, it'll highlight which ones you have in 2 different places, and then you can move specifically those ones over, so that way it frees up space in your inventory. It's like super helpful, the is dupe feature.
Okay, BRB.
Okay.
Doing it now.
Oh, is dupes is really helpful for like weapons and stuff that you're like, do I have this? I don't know.
Can you spell is dupe for me?
Well, it's is : dupe, DUPE.
Are you asking me?
No, I'm telling you.
Oh, I thought you were asking if my colon was
on the
dupe.
top right of dim is where you type it in. Okay, I'm not gonna do a tutorial on this podcast.
It says it right there is dupe. Like,
yeah, exactly. It's the example.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to think if there's anything else before we jump into the TWAB that I wanted to talk about. What Iron Banner rank did you guys get to? Did y'all get up there? I guess I shouldn't ask Mana since
I messed up, man.
I don't know. I didn't pay attention.
I still love that.
I'm salty about that, dude.
I got up to not to the hand cannon. That's what I really wanted, but I got enough to get the SMG, and so I was glad about that. But I haven't really tried it out that much yet. I know a lot of people are really getting into the 900 RPM submachine guns, especially the new Trials submachine gun is a 900 RPM kinetic one that people are talking about. Some people said it doesn't have enough range and still like the Foggy Notion or the old Iron Banner submachine gun better, but
is Foggy Notion good?
Some people think it is.
Oh, because I keep getting it and I've never heard of it, so I just delete it.
Yeah, I don't really care for it. The 900 RPM ones the range is so short, it's difficult for me to rely on or use, and it's just so fast. So I like the 720 still is my favorite. Which 720? There's one that's 720 that I don't have yet that I just realized I need to go get. I can't remember where it comes from though. I don't know. I'll figure it out maybe by the end of this podcast. Trying to think if there's anything else, other event stuff going on, but I think we should probably just jump into the TWAB unless y'all can think of anything.
What?
No, okay, we're going to the TWAB. Okay, so first thing off the bat, Destiny 2 Year 2 reveal is gonna be happening soon. They announced it. They said yes, it is indeed coming. And that is June 5th. Tuesday, June 5th, 9 a.m. Pacific is the reveal. And they have a little teaser image, no teaser trailer or anything yet, but just that image gets me so excited because of how mysterious it looks and how reefy it looks. I don't know. It kind of looks like the reef to me.
It kind of looks something similar.
Yeah.
So
it also looks kind of like otherworldly too, like it could be something completely different, but I know a lot of people were like, I just want to go to the reef, you know.
Isn't pretty much the whole game otherworldly?
That's true, but that's what I want. I feel like they've done so much, Hove, though, that it's hard for it to impress me in a way that's like, oh wow, this place looks intriguing, I want to know what this is about. And for them to show me an image that I'm like, whoa, yeah, I do want to know what that's about, gets me excited.
To be fair, every time they show a new image, we all get pretty excited. To be fair,
yeah.
Do you know what I find really interesting though? Like Mana just said, touche.
Mm-hmm.
If you take touche and put a D instead of a T, it's not douche. It's just douche.
All right.
Thoughts?
I mean,
I have none.
Why ain't it pronounced douche then?
Right. I mean, I guess the accent.
Isn't that the whole English language? Why isn't this pronounced this way? Like we could say that about basically every word.
Why is there one moose and 20 moose, and one mouse and 3 mice and no meese?
Exactly. Well, I don't really have anything else to say about the Year 2 reveal. I am super excited for the reveal, but we're just gonna have to kind of just wait. You know, we don't really know anything other than this. Maybe Reddit will find some leaks somewhere.
The question I did pose to you earlier, Lego, to Mana as well. Now.
Oh right, yeah.
Maybe it's just because it is so fast. Like they just told us today, we had no idea, and it's Tuesday. It's in like 5 days, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is it me, or am I the only one who thinks that it seems kind of early for a Year 2 reveal already?
So for me, me and Hove were talking about this beforehand, and I feel like it's right on time because E3's around the corner.
I was about to just say that too.
Yeah, normally, like, I get they could show off it at E3, and I know they will, and I know they will more, and so they're just going to probably give us a little bit of a tease now to their core base and tell us what it's all about, and then get the whole everybody pumped. Once their community's pumped, get the world pumped at E3 is what I think is the plan. And so it doesn't feel too early to me. We've had a few weeks with this DLC, you know. I'm personally not bored with it at all, and I don't think anybody else is, but you know, just to keep that train rolling, I think now is a good time as any.
Actually, I just pretty much agree with everything you just said. That was really well put. And we do know, in fact, E3 they're on the list for Destiny 2 showing.
Are they?
Yeah. So I was going through everything. I did see Destiny 2. I'm just like,
I don't know. It just seems like I get it as far as E3 goes and everything. It's so far away. Like it's still 3 months over 3 months until year 2 starts. I just don't want it to be like, okay, here's the reveal. Oh, E3, we're going to show more. Oh, July, we're going to show more. I don't want that to happen again. That's all, I guess.
Maybe they're doing it this early on to kind of show you like what they've done. Maybe like as time progresses, they can keep on adding. You know, it's just like stuff that'll just blow our minds or something, or just like create stuff that's secrecy. Like keep on working on things to build up towards the release in September.
What do you think we're going to get on June 5th? Do you think we're going to get, because it's a Twitch stream, twitch.tv/Bungie. So it's obviously going to be more than just like, hey, here's the new trailer for this expansion. They're going to be showing something else. And so do you think it's going to be story related, or do you think it's going to be what you said, man, kind of like, hey, here's the new systems we've built. We've been hyping up September. You know, is that what we're going to get a preview of? And
I hope it's not a lot, honestly. I feel like they reveal too much during certain things. And then when it comes out, everyone's like, that was it? You know? It's like,
I know. I almost wish they weren't doing a Twitch thing for it, but I get why, getting the community hyped. But it would be cool if they just like, here's the new trailer, drop it, and everybody goes
I'd be okay with just like maybe a trailer, maybe a little bit of talking. That's like it. Like, I kind of want everything else to be secret until, you know, before when they drop like their final like teaser or whatever, you know?
The more I talk about it, the more I'm convincing myself that it's going to have to do somewhat with the new mods and weapon system and all, like just the new Bungie 2.0 that they're going to be bringing out, because they have to bring people back to this game. They have to get people who left interested again. And so they need the people who are still playing to tell their friends, like, dude, did you see what Bungie's doing with Destiny? They're completely changing it. It's like this now. And I feel like to do that, they're going to need to show off some of what they've done.
Do you think we'll see the new PvP mode at E3 or this thing?
See, I was actually just thinking about that, and I'm like, do you think that would be too early to reveal?
I mean, a new mode is not something that I would be upset about knowing ahead of time. Like, story, stuff like that, you don't want to be spoiled, but, like, I would rather know the ins and outs of a new mode than just, oh, hey, what's this? I'm going to play. I don't know how this plays. Like, I don't know what's supposed to happen. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm okay with that kind of thing.
See where you're going with that. I would agree. Yeah, I'd be down to rather know like multiplayer over campaign.
Yeah, like I don't want to know story. I don't necessarily want to know, and not just from this reveal, just in general. I don't want to know story details. We'll obviously know.
Yeah.
You know, main bad guy, any new characters. We'll find that stuff out. But I don't want to know story details. I don't want to know new weapons, new armor, stuff like that. But I would like to know new systems, you know, like quality of life stuff, because if you go in and you don't know what the hell's going on, that becomes an issue. But yeah, I would like to know stuff like that.
Kind of hope they drop a cinematic trailer on us at either now or at E3 soon, because you know the Taken King one was like pretty hype. The one they had going into Destiny 2 was like really hype. That one was awesome.
You know what I'm actually surprised about? Maybe it just feels early to me because this is like the first time that something hasn't leaked.
Yeah.
I mean, little stuff has leaked, but every other DLC I feel like
we knew.
Yeah, like Taken King, Rise of Iron, like we kept seeing, like we knew the name was Taken King, or at least that had leaked. We saw the Rise of Iron picture that everyone thought was fake.
The sunglasses leaked too, remember? Yeah, I'm with you on all that for sure. Well, do y'all have any I just want to speculate for just 1 second here. You know, I know that's not what we're all about, but that's a pretty sweet image there. Do y'all think it's the Reef, or do you think it is something else? Or do you think, and what big bad do you think we're going to get with this expansion?
A part of me wants to maybe hope that it's something like that has to do with the Reef, because it seems like it's maybe in some sort of nebula, or it could just be floating in the atmosphere of some planet, and that could just be clouds at night sky. But like, a part of me hopes that it's like a part of that nebula, which is like the Reef was in, you know? Yeah. Wasn't it, or was it just, it was pure debris, or was it in a nebula too? Like, because wasn't it all, it looked like, maybe I'm wrong about it.
It looks like a nebula, but I think it's just from all the debris of everything.
All the debris, maybe that was it. That made me
Yeah,
think
see.
it was a nebula. Now that I'm actually thinking back at the reef, maybe I was incorrect.
Yeah, Anon, don't hate us. So
Maybe. Oh, I was about to say, remember going to trials the first time and the first map
yeah.
where you kind of dip in. It was kind of like that whole like
Oh,
gravity well of
rift something.
Yeah, it
or is
just
that what
looks
it's
like
called?
some sort of black hole type deal, and it just like looks like it's just like a whole bunch of stuff. Just get like maybe that's a part of the outer rim of that or something. Maybe we're looking further into that. I don't know. I'm just
So one thing that I would speculate, and this is just like wild theory, looking at it, it looks kind of reef-like, and we've been hearing lots of stuff from the beginning of D2. Like there was lore stuff thrown in about the Crow and basically the Queen's brother, everything he's been up to. And then just this last expansion, you find his ship crashed on Mars. You don't know what he's doing. If you scan a ship in a lost sector, that comes up. And I feel like, what if he comes back as a villain or something like that? Like, I don't know. That doesn't really set it up as a big bad necessarily, but it would give a different spin to a Destiny 2 kind of vibe if it was more like a gang that you were going against basically, or some, I don't know,
West
like
Side Story.
Yeah, I don't know, like, because we always have this big bad to fight, and I still want a big bad, of course, but maybe like he's in control of it or something like that. I don't know.
Can you see any way that it's not Savathun related though?
Well, we just got a Hive thing for this expansion.
I know, but like everything has been Savathun this, Savathun that since.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I do. Here's the thing. I really want Savathun. Like, I love Hive lore. It's probably my favorite thing in Destiny as a whole. Like, the lore of the Hive is so interesting to me. So I would love it.
Here's something. At the end of the D2 campaign, the whole big pyramids.
Yeah.
I want to know what that is. Yeah.
I was about to say, we haven't had anything to do with that, right? Like,
right.
That's why, like, I want that.
In the air.
I want that to be. See, I'm conflicted because unless they're one and the same, which would be stupid, I'd be mad. But like, they've been setting it up for Savathun to be involved in this next big expansion, right? With all the Savathun talk and the Taken and all that. But like, if you're gonna set up these pyramid ships and they were so like mysterious and we don't know anything about them, they're too big to be a small DLC as well, right? So like, unless they're going to be put on hold until Destiny 3 or whatever next big expansion in a year, I don't know. Like, they seem to be too big to not be a large expansion like this.
Yeah,
but
I think
Savathun seems like she's coming. So,
I mean, Hove, I'm with you. Those ships, whatever they entail, are either coming with this expansion or Destiny 3. It's got to be one or the other, because anything, I feel like this would be the big push that you would make for that.
Unless they're doing another, like, how Destiny 1 ended up being 3 years.
Yeah.
Unless they've already planned on Destiny 2 being 3 years, and instead of a rushed Rise of Iron, they have another big expansion in 2019.
That's true.
I don't know. I'm just, making that
maybe.
up.
This image, though, doesn't look anything like those pyramid ships to me. So that's the only reason I don't think it's that. But never know.
I still think it's going to be Savathun related somehow. I just don't see how it isn't.
Yeah.
It's not like there's been one or two references. It's like, goddamn everything you fight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has been a lot. So on to some other stuff in the TWAB. The second thing they talked about, Vicarious Vision showdown with Bungie, which just went down. Bungie took the win on this one, but they said there'll be, a rematch in the future. But just real quick, just a shout out to Vicarious Visions all over the internet. Reddit, I can't speak for BNet. I haven't been there in a while, but Reddit and Twitter, other podcasts, like everyone is like, Vicarious Visions knocked this DLC out of the park, especially coming out of Curse of Osiris. It's like, they're just like, yeah, everything about this DLC, they nailed it. Like, even when people talk bad about the story being short and stuff like that, or mechanics of the story, like, they still come out in the end and are like, that aside, like Vicarious Visions nailed these quests, all these things to do, like the way the progression works. Like even though it still needs work, this is like the way we want to go with Destiny. And so just wanted to give them a shout out, even though they got beat by, Bungie.
They also, in the TWAB there, talking about that, they did mention specifically that Vicarious Visions now has a Twitch channel.
Yeah.
So I would say follow that, because I would think there's going to be something, maybe nothing like huge, but I would think if Bungie's saying following it, they're going to do some streams on their end maybe. The other thing, you're right, they nailed it, and I'm happy, not just as a player, but I remember when it was first reported that Bungie had kind of brought them on, like a long time ago. And I distinctly remember some people like, oh, great, Vicarious Visions, all they're known for is making crappy PC ports or something. And so it's good to see that they, because they were working on the PC side too, correct? Isn't that what the whole beginning was? And now for them to do this, it's awesome.
And they really made a name for themselves. Yeah, for sure. This was like the thing that like is putting them, like, not that other stuff they've done, other games and stuff haven't made a name for themselves, but as far as for the Bungie community, this was like the thing that's like, okay, yeah, these guys, the PC like version of Destiny 2 was already incredible. There's people who won't play it on consoles now because it looks so incredible. So they already did great with that. This was just like for the entire community to see these guys know what they're doing. So that's pretty awesome.
I've said it before, but again, I think one of the most important things is it's hard to like separate the two because they came together, but it wasn't even so much that the content of this DLC has been so amazing or replayable. It's just been the changes to the game that happened with it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. The way the quests work and some of that stuff. And yeah, they came with it, with the new DLC, and they have to do with the weapons and everything. But those presumably are changes to the way the game is going to function from here on out, which I think is probably the most encouraging thing out of all of it, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Faux show.
Well, next up we got more changes. Faction rallies return.
It's not what I thought you were going to say.
Oh, really? Yeah. What do you think I was going to say? Where do you think I was going with this?
Can't say it.
Okay, well, with it, they're bringing new weapons, new ways to do things. It's coming back Tuesday, June 5th, 10 a.m. PDT. But there are a lot of really awesome changes, I think. So here are some changes coming to faction rallies. Now players may only pledge to one faction per account during a faction rally event, which is huge and what we've all been talking about, making it meaningful. So finally, you have to make a choice.
I'm okay with that, actually. So,
me too.
Like you were just saying, there's a meaning behind it. Like what before, you could just do all three and just like, I'm not going to lose. Now it's just like, okay, I gotta represent.
And if you only had two characters, you just didn't do Dead Orbit because they never win.
Well, they also you get a rank now. And your rank, as you move that up, if you change factions, like during a season, there'll be several faction rally events. And if you change on a different week, or like, okay, my account this week, I'm going to choose this faction, then it doesn't reset your progress on the one that you were on before. It just keeps it in tow. You just can only pledge to one per week. So that's the way that'll work. There's a lot of incentives for choosing your faction other than just the armor, shaders, weapons, and that kind of stuff. You also have masterwork catalysts that drop specifically from specific factions. Dead Orbit's offering the I Have Another World ornament and the Graviton Lance catalyst. New Monarchy's got the Crest of Alpha Lupi ornament, Sweet Business catalyst, and Future War Cult is offering the Knuckle Radar ornament and the Sunshot catalyst, which I really thought that Future War Cult was going to get the Graviton Lance catalyst, because it's like, what better way to get everyone to finally get Future War Cult to win than to give them Graviton Lance, and they gave it to Dead Orbit, the one that literally always wins.
Dead Orbit's stupid.
Well, here's the thing though, like some of Dead Orbit stuff looks pretty awesome. Like, I don't know, I was just scrolling through the images, of all their gear too.
Dude, look at the helmet.
Dude, that helmet ornament.
Yeah, admit that looks pretty cool though.
It looks so cool. I even like the emblem, the new emblem that they got. It kind of looks like 007 with the Dead Orbit logo in the middle.
Oh, I can see it now. Yeah.
The new Monarchy stuff looks pretty badass too. Look at that armor on that Titan.
So I don't
Looks
really
fancy.
dig the new Monarchy stuff. I know Papa Bear is gonna love it. I feel like I can tell already. But the Future War Cult stuff, they made one change that I think is really good. What?
I'm sorry. Gorniak in chat just put confirmed. Dead Orbit's stupid in quotes, like that's like an official quote, and it made me realize how
Professional we are.
I'm always unprofessional. yeah, but I don't know. It's just how stupid I sound.
Well, the Future War Cult stuff, they took out, it used to be like kind of a red, blue, gold color, and they kind of took out, I feel like they've taken out some colors to make it more
Make
simplified.
it more like purple, like one main color.
One main color.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, and it looks much more appealing to me now. I'm really curious. They don't show, last time they introduced new shaders, they showed it off, like the little icon, and they didn't. And I'm curious if maybe on some gear, this new Future War Cult look will look white and gold or blue and gold, kind of like the Dawning kind of look to it, which could look pretty cool.
I'm going Future War Cult week 1.
What's your reasoning for going Future War Cult week 1?
Because I can.
Touche.
Okay.
I don't know. I like. You're right. I like that they kind of took out the rainbow look. I think they look a little bit cleaner, a little bit cooler looking. And I don't want to be like everybody else that wants the Graviton Lance. Sunshot Catalyst could be badass too. I want that one.
It could be. I really want to know what it does. First of all,
You saw that one GIF going around on Twitter about the Sunshot Catalyst, like. He turns, shoots enemy, and like you know how you're supposed to explode with a sunshot. It's just like clips to like a nuclear explosion.
Yeah.
I would love that. That would be so great.
Yeah. So Q 2 weeks from now when we're doing this podcast, and I'm fucking furious because I'm the only asshole who doesn't have the Graviton Lance Catalyst.
Exactly.
They're gonna show the score, and it's gonna be like Dead Orbit 8 million, New Monarchy 0.
Watch it be a bait.
Future War Cult 15.
Watch it be a bait. Okay, everyone's going to be like, "Oh, Graviton Lance." Yeah, watch it be like a meh Catalyst, and then Sunshot or like Sweet Business is going to be like
but we
the
won't
most
know.
OP things.
We won't know because no one will get it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing.
Well, I just realized something. If Hove isn't going for Dead Orbit,
I will never go
this
for Dead
coming
Orbit.
week, then for the tournament that we have, the podcast tournament, we're going to be at a disadvantage with Hove not having that catalyst going.
No.
We might need to force him to pledge to Dead Orbit.
No one will have it yet at that point.
Yeah, no, I should read what it takes to get some of this stuff, because doesn't the catalyst, did they describe it here? But don't you rank 30? Yeah. No, that doesn't even say that's exactly how you get it. It says seasonal vendor progression. Each faction
You'll just
now
buy it, I
features
think,
ranks.
right?
No, I think you have to reach a certain rank, which players can reach by earning faction tokens. Faction rank up rewards will continue to grant legendary armor and weapons past rank 30. I'm pretty sure.
I was looking at it like that was the winner's thing that they could buy, and I guess it not necessarily.
I don't think so. No, because they showed weapons specifically at the end, and I want to talk about those too, because the weapons that the winner faction gets, the Future War Cult one is one of the burst firing sidearms, and I've heard it has kill clip. So that is ridiculous.
Hear from?
People who looked at the data mine stuff, basically, that's in the game.
You're a phony.
The shotgun looks awesome too by Dead Orbit, though. It's looks like a Hawthorne type shotgun.
Can we talk about the awesome animated thing on the back of my head I'm gonna have?
Yeah,
what? I was actually just staring at that.
It looks so weird, doesn't it? The Future War Cult one looks like a neon sign in like New York or something.
It does.
I would definitely wear a neon sign on my face in real life, so
Well,
That's the
talk about
renown stuff, right?
Renown system.
Yeah,
Yeah.
renown.
So faction rallies now feature the renown system. After pledging to a faction, players may earn renown by completing a public event or a patrol, or by defeating high-value targets on destinations. Players who then loot lost sectors with renown active will receive significantly more faction tokens than usual. The more stacks of renown they have, the more faction tokens they earn. Renown is lost when players are defeated by enemies, so be careful when you're attempting to loot a lost sector with high renown. A few more things. Renown increases the level of challenge in gameplay, so health regeneration is vastly reduced, all stack levels. Enemy kills have a chance to drop health orbs, all stack levels. Player damage decrease scales with stack up to 5, and incoming damage increase scales with stacks up to 5. And then when renown is active, you get. But basically, it makes the faction rally, the whole event, like an optional nightfall the whole time. Is kind of what it feels.
Is that only now? I know that's all they mentioned, but I'm assuming that's just patrol stuff, right? It's only in patrol that those renowns take effect.
I would think so, because they specifically talk about lost sectors being the way to own. But it's so I love this. I think this is so cool because I knew, and I feel like I said this whenever, maybe I didn't, but I was definitely thinking it whenever we were talking about faction rally and like what can they do to make this meaningful, to make lost sectors be, because lost sectors seem to be like the thing that faction rallies gravitated towards. Maybe it was just because you could glitch into it and get so many. But people want lost sectors to be more meaningful, and this makes it like so interesting. You're going to go into a lost sector like you would a heroic strike that has those modifiers, or trying to get your nightfall score up really high. You approach it the same way and with the same caution of getting booted to orbit, because you'll lose your renown if you die. So it's just, it adds so much not variety is the wrong word, but like interesting gameplay, or being able to like choose loadouts and work with your team, and it makes it challenging.
I just assume it has to only be for that stuff, because otherwise that would kind of ruin the rest of everything. Like if I just wanted to go do a raid and I had all this like renown, then everything's hard as shit. Like I don't want that to be the case.
Yeah, I mean, then I'd assume you would just die. It doesn't sound like that hard to get again, because all you do is defeat high value targets or complete a public event or a patrol. You know, so it sounds pretty easy to get them, but it makes it to where as you're scaling up, you like want to finish the lost sector without dying, because then you get all those tokens at the end.
Significantly more, 0.004% more tokens.
Oh my gosh.
0.033% more damage. Yes. I think it's awesome. I'm really impressed with the creativity that they took to this event. And I'm scared for how ugly I'm going to look with whatever renown thing is on my back.
All I'm going to do, I'm not even going to do any lost sectors. I'm just going to do enough things to get renown and have my neon sign. And then it looks like you see it from the back, right?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to run around in front of everyone. Like I'm going to find mana. And I'm just going to
spot
run
it.
in front of him so that he just stares at my renown. I mean,
that's all I want. It's just like you become like a holographic card. You just like, hey, look at what I got.
Hey, here's the deal. In the Crucible tournament is going to be during this event, Faction Rally. So if it does show up in the Crucible when you have renown, we can totally do the whole tournament.
Be sick. I feel like it should just be on you at all times. If you get renown, it's like, hey, I got renown. Look at this. Everything's harder. I'm a badass motherfucker, you know?
Are you
That's pretty awesome.
I could be.
You know what, Hove, to increase your enjoyment, it says it's only viewable from the third person view, but that means you can run around with a sword and still see your own back.
I can see my own back as it stands now. I just want everyone else to see my back.
That's weird. I don't know how you do that. It's impressive.
I know. I'm an
impressive
like
right
guy.
now, like you can just see your own back.
Mm-hmm.
Here's something to blow your mind. Did you know you've never seen your own face, only reflections?
Not true.
You've seen your own face?
Mm-hmm.
Did you do the whole Nicolas Cage thing?
I mean...
the face off? Did you do that?
Yep.
Okay, things make so much more sense now.
I'm just intimidated by him. You know, I'm actually kind of disturbed and intimidated.
He did the whole. If he's done one of those out of body experiences, you know, where you see yourself like Doctor Strange. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Yep.
What you mean?
That's all. Yep.
So
I don't know.
next up we got lab work. Did
wait,
anybody try
just final.
Okay, okay.
I'm excited about faction rallies. Like, I think they made good changes. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
totally.
very happy, pretty much across the board, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah, weapons, all the ornament stuff they put in, all the catalyst stuff. Yeah, sounds good. And especially more than anything, that they made it meaningful by the only choosing one account, and they made it interesting, the gameplay. There's actually something specific rather than just doing what you would always do.
Yeah, and I'm happy because when they first said one of their goals was to make faction rallies more meaningful, and we said right away, the obvious thing here to do is make it account based. And that is simple, and it was expected, but I feel like we would have been at least satisfied with that, right? Like, we would be like, okay, but they went and added more stuff.
Yeah.
So, cool.
I'm with you.
Neat.
That's neat, Bungie. Thank you.
Thanks, Bongo.
So next up we got lab work, which did anybody get to try out the new game mode that they got? I heard it was like doubles. I haven't personally tried it.
I'm a PvE player now, Lego.
Oh, I heard Mana was too. So.
Same, actually. So, yeah.
It's funny. I thought this might happen, and I almost right before the podcast started, because it just went live yesterday, I think, in the middle of the day. It wasn't even right away. And I was like, do I want to go play this? And I really have just been wanting to get my my competitive ranking up. And so I have only been doing that. And I thought about right before this podcast, I was like, everybody else probably hasn't played it, but everybody keeps saying it's just like doubles, just like 4 people instead of 2. Do I want to go try it? And I had to write notes still, and I was like, I don't know. It's probably not that big of a deal. Maybe Mana or Hove would have played it, but it's only been out for a day, so don't blame us too much. But yeah, I haven't played the Crucible Labs yet. I don't want to be one of those people that's like complaining like, oh, it isn't sandbox changes, but at the same time, I was really hoping it was sandbox changes. So.
So, if you want honesty, I had no idea it launched already. I was so busy, and then like I was just trying to get my raids in, and just go to sleep. So I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's no one's saying anything good about it. I definitely like doubles a lot when it was around, so I'll probably think it's fun. But people are just complaining about it. It promotes camping, and
I think one of the biggest issues from people that don't just like to bitch is that it's just another like Slayer mode. It's just another kill mode. Like,
that's the main thing. Yeah.
I don't mean this in like I'm angry, Bungie, you're stupid, but like, why can't we get more objective modes?
And why isn't it Rift? Like, why isn't Rift the new mode? That's.
But even Rift wasn't an objective. It had an objective, but like, there were points for kills and everything. Like, zone control is really the. Have we had any other completely objective modes other than zone control?
No, zone control is the only one that's purely not objective. Kills. Yeah. I feel like that's something that people, I guess right now maybe not, because we have no game modes. Yeah, you can't pick. So
yeah, I don't know. Just give us an objective. This is just another variation on Clash, really.
Yeah.
It's just round based Clash.
Yeah, and that's honestly why I haven't wanted to go into it, because I just know it just is another team deathmatch type mode. I do want to say I like the doubles mechanic of the final round death thing. Like if you go 2 and 2, and it's like a fast-paced elimination round. I really like that.
Do you know what would be even better than one round of elimination?
An entire game of elimination.
Just elimination, yeah.
I don't think people want elimination because of what you just said, no objective, and countdown is elimination with an objective.
Yeah, I mean, I in this time right now, yeah, we don't need it, but I'm just saying, like, elimination was fun. Out of all the modes they took out, elimination was one of them. Like, that was like the bread and butter that kept people playing that game.
That is weird. I want to point out in chat they're talking about capture the flag. And I'm totally with y'all. Like, capture the flag would be awesome.
King of the Hill.
That would be awesome too. Yeah, so something like that. Something just like take a little note from from Halo. Just
From
like
themselves.
yeah, it's just like something different, you know.
Well, we do
Yeah.
have.
Well, I guess
we do
I
have
guess that
something
was- yeah,
very
coming
different
up.
coming.
We do. We don't know what it is.
But it
But
was
there's-
supposedly it's never been done in an FPS.
Space battle, capture the flag. First person.
Just like swimming through space.
There's a
No,
power
no.
up
Like
on
you're
the
using
map.
your spaceship, but it's like only
Oh.
cockpit mode, you know? Like
There's
no
a-
third person.
It should be like it'd be like normal Destiny for a little while, but there's vehicles and stuff like there's tanks, and then there's a power up in the center of the map that when you grab it, your ship comes down and picks you up, and you first person shoot the other vehicles.
Maybe it's
around
something
the map.
similar. Okay, so I was reading up the new Battlefield 5. They have a game mode where it's set in 3 different days in the game. Like one day you could be like defending, or the other day it might be objective, and the third day it's just like I might be making this up, but I think they said like everyone has like 1 life. Everyone like after like 3 days of battling, they want you to feel like you're fatigued. You only have like a couple magazines worth of ammo. The only way you can get ammo is if like the guy specifically has like the support guy or whatever, and it's just like it's going to be rougher as the days. Maybe it's something similar to that, where it's just like you have like PvP / maybe like the raid, where it's just like at one point you have to do something to get to the next point, or you know, I don't know, it's something weird, but you know what I'm saying. But like there's different checkpoints in the Crucible match in order to get to the next point is something different, maybe even a different area of the map.
Oh yeah. Oh, they
How
did
crazy
something
would that
like
be?
that. I think I've brought it up on the podcast before, but with Halo, not 3,
Reach, was it?
Not-
Are you talking about the?
Reach.
Are you talking about like the elites versus Spartan type
Yes,
thing, like big team?
And where you move, big team like moves, you're trying to plant a bomb,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
more you like move through 3 different sections of the map.
Mhm.
Dude, I loved that mode.
I actually
that was
played that
so
a lot,
much
yeah.
fun.
Okay.
That was pretty fun.
With both of these with assists from Gorniak in chat, I just thought of 2 really cool things. One that could happen, I don't think it will, but at least is Destiny themed, and the other one that would be ridiculous, but I would love it.
Oh, I just saw that.
Okay, so we've mentioned it, Kim mentioned it, Gorniak mentioned it, 3 teams of 2 or 4, okay?
Yeah.
Mhm.
But it comes out with faction rallies, and it's a variation on Capture the Flag, with 3
Okay.
teams, 1 representing each faction, and you're taking the other like faction's banner. Since we're talking about banners, like
That
you
would
know
be
what I mean?
cool.
And
So
maybe
we'd have Iron Banner and Faction Banner.
so maybe like to win a round, you have to collect both of the other team's banners.
Honestly, that would be sick. I'm
But
pretty sure.
but keep
did
in
we
mind both
talk
both
about that
other teams
before?
both other teams, since there's only 1 banner for each team. Like say I steal yours, Lego.
Uh-huh.
Well, Mana might come to my base, but he might not steal mine. He might steal yours because he needs both of them still too. But then he has to get
Oh,
his
you
back.
can steal both from that one. Okay, I
Yeah.
can see
So like you have to collect. You have to have
Interesting.
all 3 banners for the 3
all 3
factions.
banners.
So
all
you could
3
be like the
flags.
scavengers that let the one team go get that flag, and then as they're coming back,
You
rush
kill
in and
them.
get-
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can like
Just,
take
like,
it off them. Like let them
Be
do all
that
the
one
work.
team that plays full defense, and it's like, oh, okay, now they're duking it out. Let's sneak in. You know?
Yeah.
That would be pretty
That
cool.
would be cool.
I think we talked about this when I joined earlier on. Is either I talked about this like actual faction rally PvP, like very early on.
Oh, yeah.
And now you just brought it up. I was like, I can't believe I forgot about that. That would be
Yeah.
amazing.
We had definitely mentioned during faction rallies having like a 3-team thing with
For
each
sure.
with
Oh,
each
definitely.
faction.
Yeah.
But like I said, that kind of goes, you know, like Gorniak said, call it like banner defense. And so like
Yeah.
you have to collect all 3 banners, and maybe that's a round, or maybe that's the whole match, depending on how long something like that may end up taking. But that would be different. Not super different, but it would be Destiny themed. It would go along with faction rallies. It would bring something like that would be really cool, I think.
What if they take it a step further, where not only is it like a team of 3 different teams all duking it out, trying to like steal each other's banners or something, but they also add PvE elements. They add like maybe it's a bigger map, and you actually have to go across, and like you have to maybe they have like smaller checkpoints where you can get bonus points, like bonus flag points or whatever, if you do certain PvE things, like fight these bosses over here, fight the hive over here within dead orbit territory, or something such. I
Or
don't know.
even like there's easier ways to get to the other person's flag, but you have to go through PvE bosses to get to it. Like you have to clear the path.
Oh, here we go. Instead of stealing the other team's flag, you go into their territory, you capture territory. So if you're playing as Dead Orbit, you can literally like half your team focuses on defense. Don't let anyone in your territories. You can see like a flag, kind of like Battlefront in a way, I guess.
Oh, Battlefront, yeah.
Like you can tell it's like, oh, that area over there is getting taken. We gotta send reinforcements over there. While like maybe another group is like going into you know what I'm saying? Like
it's
how crazy
like a first-person version of Risk, but for Destiny.
I was just thinking Risk. Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Yeah, there we go. Perfect explanation.
Okay, so the other one, Gorniak again. Like I said, he kind of mentioned, he gave me some tidbits here, and I kind of went with it. So he was saying infection would be cool. You respawn as Hive, melee only. But then I was thinking, what if you made it? I don't know if it would be Rumble or teamed or how you would pick the races, but like Hive and Fallen specifically both have kind of like their hierarchy, right? Like you start as a Dreg, you eat enough ether, you become a Vandal, you become a Captain, and then with Hive you start as a Thrall, you kill enough, you become an Acolyte, you become a Knight, whatever. Yada,
That's
yada,
pretty
yada.
cool.
So it'd be almost kind of like a variation on like Gun Game. So like you would maybe start as a Thrall, and like if you got enough kills or whatever, you then became an Acolyte, and then if you got enough kills, you became a Knight, and like the first person to like reach whatever wins that game mode.
That sounds pretty awesome.
Have you played Left Behind multiplayer at all? Or the Survivors?
Oh,
they have an objective. I want to say like you're actually like it's kind of like the campaign where you're trying to get like something to get to the next area while fighting zombies, and then the zombies, the infected, they can spawn in as different classes. Like one could be like the big tank, one could be like the weird were they witches? Like
there's like is there like a spitting one or something?
Yeah, there's spitting. You know, like that was pretty fun if they do it in that sort of way. While amongst you is just like PvE, just small dudes. You know?
Yeah.
Like, one team is the main, like one's like a knight, one's a I don't know, a harder knight.
Once they bring in if they were to bring in PvE into PvP stuff, it opens up the doors for so many possibilities. They can do so much. And I know we could talk about ideas for it.
Oh yeah, we can probably brainstorm a bunch of random stuff.
Sword logic mode. That's what you could call it.
Oh yeah, you die.
Or if it's or if it's the like the Fallen one, it could be like, I don't know, ether consumption or something. If you kill someone, you get their ether and you become a little bit bigger and you become the next.
Or like Siva gathering. So
first person to become Randall the Vandal wins.
So next up, we got, let's see, them talking about the escalation protocol, which is what we were talking about earlier. And man, I really wanted to dig into this because it's, first of all, it's, you know, I am glad personally that they're toning it down a little bit so that basically it's what levels 4 through 7 of escalation protocol. They're moving down to 385, basically lowering them all down a little bit. From wave 4 through 5 is going to be 380. It used to be 385, and then 6 and 7 is going to be 385, and it used to be 400, which is quite a big jump. So it's going to be much easier than it was before. And so hopefully they're encouraging people to run it as 3-man instead of just trying to get 9 people to do it. So I'm excited to try it for myself, you know, to go in there with those changes. But also, even like bigger than them doing this, way bigger, is the way that they did it. They talked about like they put flags in that, like in the coding that said, hey, this is the power level for these things, that let them just basically flip a switch, which is what they always joke about in Destiny. They're like, well, the coding, we can't just flip a switch and make it this way, but they can now with the way they set this up. And I'm hoping to see more of this, you know, like maybe it was specifically for this event because they mentioned the Creators Summit and how that had something to do with the reason why it was harder to begin with anyways. So maybe that's why those flags are there. But it's just really cool to see Bungie, like, or, you know, I know Vicarious Visions has some to do with this as well, but them to put in, be able to make this change without us downloading a patch. Like, that's so nice. And what an improvement, you know, from what it normally looks like to change the game like this. And
sounds like they're starting to do that stuff on purpose. You know, the same with the Rat King.
Exactly. It sounds intentional.
When they can now just disable a weapon, like they are building that into their systems.
Yeah, they're seeing like things that have happened in the past with like, oh, we might have to change this later. Let's put a flag on this thing that, a switch that lets us change this, and so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really have anything else to say about the escalation protocol. Although, if it were what they're saying they changed it to, we probably would have beat it this last week. So that kind of makes me sad. But I'm excited to try it again.
Just beat it.
Beat it. Oh, I did want to talk about something. The movie of the week reminded me of it because it shows Skyburner's Oath.
Did we
and
win?
I wanted. No.
Oh.
We didn't submit anything, Hove.
Oh.
Sorry. But I
was like, when did you guys submit something? I didn't even know that.
Manna,
bring up.
it's a we. We would have submitted something. We are a we.
The Skyburner's Oath, the changes that they made to it, and the changes that are online rampant now with the exotic. We haven't talked about this at all. Have we not talked about this? All the exotic armor changes that went into effect last Tuesday.
Because I still don't care, remember?
You haven't changed any of them?
Yo, okay, so just today, Lunafaction boots. I forgot
my God,
how amazing they are. Dude, I think it was Kami brought it up. We were doing the raid lair or something. He's like, Lunafaction boots. I'm just like, oh, don't I have those? So I look deep in my vault. And I'm like, I do. They were like really early on when I got them. And they're so convenient. They're I'm not going to say OP. They're so useful.
It is. We were right. It is a. No,
it's
not
auto
right.
Reloading.
It's just instant.
Straight
from
the reserves, basically.
It's like 2 seconds or something.
It's just pretty much straight from your reserves. Like there's the video of
It's like
them shooting Callus with Suros with spinning up, and it's just
they down him in one go.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Oh, I didn't even try that with Suros. Oh my gosh.
I'll send you that video.
Do that sometime.
I'm gonna send you that and photos of my meals.
So also, the other exotic change, the Lion Rampants for Titans that let you hip fire now while you're flying. There's a couple of different applications. I haven't figured out what's my favorite yet. It actually is throwing me off because when I jump and use them, I normally zoom in so that way it stops my jump. But with Lion Rampants now, it doesn't stop your jump sometimes, even when you zoom in. And so it's throwing me off big time, so I can't always wear them. But it is pretty awesome to hit fire while continuing to fly through the air. This means that you can throw hammers while still floating sideways and continue to keep going and throwing hammers, which is awesome. And if you're using Skyburner's Oath, you can basically pull the Warlock maneuver and just float in the air and rain down AA gunfire onto the people down below.
Funny thing about that, Hove, you were in my chat earlier. Were you actually watching Unreal do that? He was doing that exact same thing. We were doing 2v2s in private matches, and he called it the AC-130. He was constantly flying around, just hip firing, and I was trying to actually snipe. I'm just like, the flinch is too much. I don't know what to do. He has me running around for cover.
I was only there for mostly the like trace rifle only one when you guys were doing Cold Heart and whatchamacallit.
The red versus blue laser tag.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. With the
until
really
people
like
started Nova bombing. Sorry.
It really is like just an aircraft just raining down artillery, and it's so annoying. Like just the sound of it, like in a great way. If you want to annoy people, like it's not the best. Like you can get shot out of the air pretty easily, but if you just want to annoy the other team while your teammates get all the kills, put Lion Rampants on, jump up in the air and just rain down Skyburner's Oath while your teammates just run in, and the enemy team just has to put up listening to a duh, 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 while it's just raining down.
If it's a map that has more openness, I guess, like where you can just kind of like fly in the zone, jump up in the air, and just kind of hover around the enemy team, you can be so trolly.
It's honestly awesome. I was playing with Claw and Wilson, and they were like, every time I started doing it, they were just laughing. As soon as a match would start, the sound would start, and they'd be like, "Oh, Legos in the air again. Here we go."
We need to get the next Iron Banner or something. You need to get a full 6-man team and just do that. Just flying around. Just the most annoying team. We probably still lose, but I feel like it'd be so annoying to go.
Here's what we need. We need Titans with like all Titans, or maybe some Warlocks with that new Luna boots. And so half of them using Sweet Business or Suros with the spinning up perk, and just
the one's
have the
flying above them.
Have the Sweet Business going the entire time, just railing, and then the other half in the air with Skyburner's Oak, just raining down.
All right. We're gonna give some Sweet Business. We're just gonna rail them with the Sweet Business.
Yep. Give them. Yeah, no.
Perfect wording.
Lego, you're so innocent.
I don't have anything to say after.
And man and I just ruined Lego's excitement.
Yeah, that was just. I'm sorry. We both were railing. I saw.
I was like,
the last thing.
Did you see I put the Suros video in chat, the little clip.
Oh, I saw it. I've already seen it.
I
It's
also
amazing.
DM'd it in our group DM along with my HelloFresh meals. If you don't want to see it, it's ridiculous though.
It's so ridiculous.
Those are the ones I actually made. Those are not stock photos from HelloFresh. I actually made those.
People are so confused. They're like, "Are you sure you're not sponsored?"
I swear I'm not. I love food because I'm a fat kid.
So the last thing that's in the TWAB here is we've got an emblem that the Bungie's given away for just signing up for getting emails from them. So if you want a free emblem, go check it out. And
what if I already get emails from them?
Then you're good to go, I think. I don't know. I would just check it at least. I don't know.
Check it out.
Check. Yeah, check out the TWAB and just make sure your email's connected. And I think that's it for this week. Unless you guys got anything, you want to share any more about your? I don't want to ask about your HelloFresh meals. I don't. I will tell you about these blue microphones and headphones that we got that are pretty awesome.
We actually are sponsored by them.
We actually are sponsored by them, and we love their products. I was just last night actually talking to someone about these microphones because they're so good. The blackouts, they're awesome. Love it so much. The audio quality is so good. Like, I know the Yeti's easy to use, but these ones are so awesome. So if you
oh god, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, if you guys are looking for some new microphones, headphones, please go check out bluemic.com. Use discount code RezoCast. It's the same price there as like on Amazon, so use the discount code. Why not get a little discount?
20% off.
20% off. Do it.
And seriously, best headphones I have. Like, for music, they're ridiculously good.
Crisp. It still throws me off how much audio they block from the outside world.
Yeah, they're not noise canceling or anything. They're just
really good at doing that. Like, I feel like I might talk louder with them on, like, unknowingly.
For sure.
Okay.
Go for it, Hove. I'm done.
I was just gonna say, we haven't done in a while.
We haven't.
Ooh, I know exactly what he's gonna say.
I know where this is going.
And I just accidentally found one that is gonna be so good.
I can only imagine.
And we have to do it.
I'm so scared.
So it's Mad Lib time.
Yes.
Rezo Mad. Here we go.
So the name of this one is The Funny Pee Story. Letter P, not urine. I just want to point out it's a kind of a long-ish one, but the reason I feel like we need to do it is, as I glance at it, every word we pick, the requirements are that it starts with the letter P.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh boy.
So, Lego, we're gonna start with you. Last name starting with P.
Wait. I think we need to do something else real quick, Hove. I think for the first one, we need to ask chat. That way they have time.
Oh, for the last one, you mean?
Yeah, for the it's the last
one.
Okay. That'd be fine.
So, chat, we need an adjective starting with P.
Adjective, not a noun. Come on, people.
All right, Lego, last name starting with P.
I can only think of first names. Last name starting with Pauly.
Adjective starting with P. Mana. I just want you to know the hardest part about this is going to be me trying to read it.
What the heck is an adjective that starts with a P right now?
I want to give you some.
Describes, right? This adjective describes, like, can it be like
poopy?
Is that
Yeah.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah,
Is a thing?
your face looks poopy. I mean, it doesn't.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I guess poopy works.
Okay. I'll take that one. Now you do verb starting with P.
Who, me?
Mana, since I took poopy
Mana.
from him.
Okay.
Push.
Plural fruit starting with P.
Oh my gosh. Plums?
I feel it right down in my plums. You know what I'm talking about?
Down in my
Yeah.
plums.
Mana, adjective starting with P.
Pink? Is that describing? Does that
Yeah.
work?
Yeah,
Or is that
there
a
you go.
weird, that different?
That works.
That's fine. My turn. Adjective starting with P. I almost said poopy again.
Just
we can think.
default.
Playful. Lego, adjective starting with P.
Porous.
Porous. Also, you can just pick things out of chat too. We just have them put stuff
They're
in
giving
there.
us lots of options. We
First
appreciate
name
it.
starting with P, Mana.
Oh god.
You already said Polly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was going to say Paul. I was like, wait, is that too cheesy?
We could do both. Polly. That's their name.
Yeah. That was.
Okay, verb starting with P. Probe.
Oh.
Plural noun starting with P. Lego. Also, I just want to point out, if anyone ever looked at like my search history for us doing these, not like search history, but you know how like I have Chrome, so it gives me, because I'm filling in boxes, it gives me other words that I've used to fill in boxes.
Oh, yeah.
And so when I click on any of these, I get supernatural, hairy, shockingly, smooth, gator, and throaty.
Oh.
Roadie. Oh.
I thought you were gonna go somewhere like you have to fill out so many of these that you're getting like carpal tunnel from typing so much or something.
No, if I get carpal tunnel, it'll be, never mind. Plural noun starting with P.
Plural noun. I just had one.
Penises.
Pom poms.
Pom-poms? Verb plus ed starting with P. So like, past tense or whatever.
Wait. Say that. Is this
Verb,
mine?
yeah, verb ending in ed.
Oh,
starting
verb
with
ending
P.
in ed.
I'm gonna stop saying starting with P. Everything starts with P.
Pronged.
There's so many good ones in chat.
They are. Kim.
Shit, I don't know. Plumped. Is that no?
Plumped?
That's not a.
I don't know how you plump
I
something.
don't think that's a word or a verb. I mean,
I guess it could be.
Plumped it up.
No,
You
that's
plumped it,
sure. We're with
like
plump.
battened it up. Is that It's
Say-
like
All right, we got same first name starting with P. So that's Paul, or Polly again.
So yeah.
When you guys did
Yes.
the first name,
We
is it
did
Polly?
Polly.
Polly.
Paul.
Okay.
Polly's the last name.
All right. Plural noun starting with P. Peckers.
We should have done Polygraph. That would have been a great last name. Polygraph.
Nouns. Mana or Lego. Noun starting with P.
Noun.
Just we're like halfway, so
Potty.
get moving.
Potty.
Plural noun starting with P.
Plural noun starting with B.
P.
Literally just pulling from chat now.
Yeah, I know.
Plural noun.
So just
Potatoes.
a noun, and I'll add an S.
Potatoes.
Single food starting with P.
Dang it! Wow, I just used it.
Oh yeah. Pork.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
I was thinking pizza, but
Yeah, that was my first go-to.
Same first name. Noun starting with P.
noun.
Come on, there's so many words.
Porg.
What the fuck's a porg?
Like from Star Wars.
Star Wars.
That's a proper noun. No, that doesn't. No.
Yeah, no, a porg.
All
That's like
right.
saying a bird.
Verb with ing.
Verb with ing.
Yeah.
Porking.
Noun starting with P. Prank. Another noun. Lego.
Poop.
We got poop and poopy. Verb ending in ed.
Pooped. Is there any more versions of those?
Adjective starting with P. Petulant. Thank you, chat.
Ooh.
Wow.
Noun starting with P.
Poppers. Or wait, sorry. It has to be a popper.
Popper.
Like jalapeno popper? Yeah.
Okay. Verb.
Verb.
Chat has got me going, man.
I know.
Penetrating.
Just penetrate, but okay.
Or penetrate, yeah.
Adjective starting with P for me. We're going to go with promiscuous.
Promiscuous girl.
Plural noun starting with P. Lego.
Plural.
3 more. We're almost done.
Problems.
Mana. Verb.
Point. Is that used yet?
Sure.
Nope.
Noun. Oh, that's me. Prostate.
I saw that too.
That's right. Oh, prostitute would be good. So would prosthetic.
All 3 of those used.
A prosthetic, prostate, prostitute. Last one is Lego with an adjective.
An adjective. Okay. Yeah, prosthetic.
Oh. This is gonna be terrible. I don't even want to have to read this.
I just want to, before we read this, I just want to say this is why we were chosen for the podcast showdown right here.
No, it's
whatever
not.
happens next.
Oh.
We do not apologize.
I just looked at the first...
No, use whatever, don't apologize. That's the slogan that they say.
Prosthetic panties? What?
Are you guys ready? Because this is terrible.
Yes, I'm so ready.
Oh boy.
Peter Pauley was a poopy boy who like I can't even do this. Okay, hold on. Let me compose myself. I'm gonna make it through this without laughing.
Peter, wasn't it Polly?
No. We're not gonna know which part was supposed to be a first name, which was a last name. Peter was part of the story.
Oh. Okay.
Peter Pauley was a poopy boy who liked to push purple plums. He was proud, pink, and proved to be possibly playful. Peter had a porous brother named Polly who pretended to probe with Peter's pom-poms, but Peter didn't like that, so he plumped Polly's pants down and picked peckers from his pocket. Polly then pooped on Peter's potty.
Upper decker.
Polly then pooped on Peter's potty to get revenge, and that's when Peter put potatoes on Polly's pork pizza pocket. The boys continued to push each other pointlessly until Polly peed on a porg while porking a prank and falling on a pail, letting go of his precious poop. Peter felt bad and picked Polly up and pooped him persistently until Polly perked up. Polly looked at Peter and planted a petulant kiss on his pink popper, which made Peter penetrate precisely. They forgave each other for being promiscuous, exchanged problems, and proudly played a game called Point the Prostate, Please. The brothers then became 2 pleasantly prosthetic people. The end.
That whole second half escalated really fast.
Oh,
I'm pretty proud of myself. There were only a couple times where I couldn't do it.
how could you even say that? I'm like crying right now.
Okay, are you ready for just a straight read through?
Oh.
Peter Pauley was a poopy boy who looked... Damn it. We're going to get through this. Peter Pauley was a poopy boy who liked to push purple plums. He was proud, pink, and proved to be possibly playful. Peter had a porous brother named Polly who pretended to probe with Peter's pom-poms, but Peter didn't like that, so he plumped Polly's pants down and picked peckers from his pocket. Polly then pooped on Peter's potty to get revenge, and that's when Peter put potatoes on Polly's pork pizza pocket. The boys continued to push each other pointlessly until Polly peed on a porg while porking on a prank and falling on a pail, letting go of his precious poop. Peter felt bad and picked Polly up and pooped him persistently until Polly perked up. Polly looked at Peter and planted a petulant kiss on his pink popper, which made Peter penetrate precisely. They forgave each other for being promiscuous, exchanged problems, and proudly played a game called Point the Prostate Please. The brothers then became two pleasantly prosthetic people.
Probably play the game. I think my favorite part is they forgave each other for being
Promiscuous, of all things.
I don't know why, but I like the beginning was like possibly playful. Like, it's like
He
be.
popped Polly's pants down and picked peckers from his pocket, and then he pooped on Peter's potty.
He pooped.
On it,
One of the
not-
poop was really good. Oh man.
He pooped on it.
To get revenge though, Peter put potatoes on Polly's pork pizza pocket.
We need to like save this as a document, like that we send out to potential guests. Like this is what you're in for.
Yeah, you're gonna have to read this out loud.
And they played Point the Prostate.
Please point the prostate, please.
Yeah.
I'm done. My face hurts.
My face
That
hurts
was,
too. Okay, well this has been
that was
Lego.
something.
This has been Rethrocast
That was
episode
something.
88. Thanks for joining us, guys. This has been Lego. aka
After that,
Lego
we might not make
Flash.
it to 100.
Yeah, I don't even know. You can find me on Twitch, YouTube. Hope we're gonna find you.
On Peter's poopy potty, picking petulant. You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Hove76, HOV76. I am gonna save that and put it somewhere. That needs to be.
It needs to be.
We should probably get a Pulitzer Prize for that, and B, that should be put in like the Library of Congress or whatever, where they like keep important like documents, like in case something happens, so that like.
And we should probably ask for forgiveness for being, promiscuous.
No, it's fine. But yeah, Twitter, Twitch, Hove76, HOV76, Managaper.
You can find me at the Thick House playing Point the Prostate. Or you can find me at twitch.tv/themanigator all the time, almost every day, and mainly Twitter, and someday, hopefully, kind of, maybe, sort of, YouTube.
Just don't put any pickled pepper pork on my pizza pocket. or I'll never mind.
AKA give me an upper decker. That's literally what it means.
He pooped on his potty.
Or is it right there on the seat? He's like, you can't use it now. You put the seat down.
Oh man, that's the worst prank ever.
He's like, I really need to go, but I gotta lift this.
I can't end it. I can't end it. Hove, you end it. I can't do
What?
it. You end the podcast.
Are you sure?
Bring us out. No, don't do it. Okay.
All right.
We'll save that for another time.
Did you use all your words?
I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Are you sure?
Because at the beginning, talked about being sebaceous, and we talked about making things happen.
Carpal tunnel?
I said it whenever I said you typing out all the stuff for the words.
I didn't even know
You
that
didn't
was a
even
word.
notice.
When did you say Genghis Khan?
I forgot that. I failed this week. Dude, my phone turned off and I just forgot. You know how like after a while. Normally I'm on that too. Normally I have to keep on like scrolling up and down.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. If you enjoyed the episode, please review it on iTunes. We'd really appreciate it. And until next time, GG.
PP.
Probably.
Dang, that was a good one. That was a good one. No, he took over for me.